Welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. My name is Dr. Brooklyn Storm, and I help private practice owners align their business back with their soul's calling, with their big vision and with their soul's purpose. Unlike other private practice coaches, I've traveled the world in search of spiritual resources, spiritual tools, education and information so that you can have the transformation that your soul desires and needs so that you can up-level your business. How much fun is this? I love it so much. Guys, if you're not already a member of the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group, please check out the show notes. I would love for you to be there. In the meantime, thank you so much for pushing play today. Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday and welcome to another episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast. I'm so pleased that you're here. This morning, it's about 8 o'clock now. I have a couple of quick calls to do at 9 and 9:30, and then I'm taking the rest of the day off after yesterday. It was such a big day. My feminine energy completely took over. I've rearranged the study, as you saw on Facebook. I've rearranged the lounge room. I've rearranged the craft room. You know how sometimes you just feel like, I don't know, it's this force that overtakes you and you just have to do all of that stuff. And I've woken up this morning completely forgetting I've gone and rearranged everything. I feel like I'm in a different house, but it feels so me now, you know. I don't know if you've been moving things around lately either. Perhaps it's because we're coming up to a full moon and we're almost in that full moon energy, aren't we? That's coming up on Saturday. But anyway, welcome and welcome to all of the new subscribers, and thank you so much to everybody that's been booking calls and getting themselves set up for the new year. Listen, if you are interested in working with me, do book a call, because even if you're not ready now, but you would like to start in the new year, we can absolutely do that. I would much rather you get in at the fees that everything is now, because the fees are going up next year. I don't want you to, have a fee increase if you can avoid it. So there's that. But the other thing that I wanted to say was I also have tradies here. So yesterday we had a team of tradies. We had to get the fascia and the eaves replaced on the house, which is a massive job. So we've got ladders and scaffolding and drills and hammers and banging and, tradies with radios. So I think that's going to happen again today. And look, as I said, it's 8 o'clock. You know that they like to start early. So I just thought I would get up early and bang this podcast out for you before they turn up. But caveat, if they do turn up in the next half an hour or so and you hear noise in the background, that's what's going on. Okay, so super powerful episode. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to say to you too is we are in day 3 or day 4 of 12 days of Christmas, and every day for 12 days, I'm giving people who want to start a private practice or who are in private practice free resources. So if you want to grab them, you can get them in our group, the Australian Counsellors in Private Practice Online, or if you're in the membership, you can grab them there. Plus, I've also been posting the odd one up on my Facebook page, so you can get them there. So do download those now, because I don't know when I'm going to be giving them out again, and they are super handy. So even if you're not ready to use them now, I would certainly grab them now, and maybe make a little folder in your Dropbox or your Google Drive and just put everything in there, because trust me, there'll come a time when you do need it. That's why I created them for you, and they're free. Okay, my lovelies. So I want to get on with this before tradies start turning up. All right, what are we talking about today? I asked my higher self, my inner guidance, what did you want to know? And what came through was let's have a discussion about how you can set yourself up in your business plan to receive passive income in the new year. Okay, sound good? Yes, who doesn't like passive income? Okay, so what is it? What's the difference between active income and passive income? Well, very, very simply, and also I'm not an accountant, but I'm a business mentor, been doing this for a long time. Active income is when you're actually physically, mentally present doing the work. like when you're in session with a client. Passive income is when you're not required to be there in order to receive that money. Okay, you're not required to be there emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, all those things, right? Now, this is an area that I think counsellors are not doing well in. I think it's an area, when I say not doing well, I mean it's untapped for you. You haven't yet explored it in a way that can really, really, really help you connect with your values, embody your values. Like so many of you have shared with me that one of the values that you have is to help people. Well, this is another way. By setting up passive income streams, it gives you other opportunities to help people even while you're physically in a session helping somebody else. Okay. Plus, it reduces things like when you're bringing in money in your sleep, like I do, and I'll give you my examples in a minute. It's totally possible. You can check my stuff out if you don't believe me. But when you're making money in your sleep, it takes so much pressure off you. And it also does things like it reduces burnout symptoms, it reduces the onset of burnout, it reduces things like compassion fatigue. For me, having a passive income just took off a load of pressure. Like, you know, when you run a private practice, sometimes you go to work when you're sick or when you don't feel like it and stuff like that, because you think to yourself, well, if I don't turn up, I'm not going to income produce, and then how am I going to pay my bills and stuff like that. It just takes pressure off you. And there are a few different ways that you can do that. And as I said, I'll talk to you about two of my ways. So that's why it's really, really, really important that as business owners, because you're not only providing therapy, you are also providing a business, right? So you need to put your business hat on. This is why it's really helpful and really important that you do set up passive income streams for your private practice. Okay. So, anyone, the good news is you don't need to be having a PhD in business to set this up either. In fact, any psychologist, social worker, counselor, coach can easily and fairly quickly set up passive income streams. And with this Christmas break coming up, now might be a great time for you to look at how you start doing that. And it does not cost you I was going to say a word that might get triggered on Spotify, or it doesn't cost you a lot of money to get this going. It will cost you a time investment though. As with anything, you're going to have to dedicate a little bit of time to it. But once it's up and running, you don't need to worry about it anymore. Okay. So let me tell you about two ways that I create passive income for my business, and maybe you'll get inspired and think about what you can do for yours. One of the things that I did was I created a private practice kit. Now, this kit is a bundle of forms for every private practice. It doesn't matter if you're dreaming about private practice, if you've opened one, if you've been in one for a long time, this bundle is for you. Now, inside this bundle, I pulled together all of the forms that I use in my practice, and I made them templates just in Word document so that other private practice owners could just jump in, grab these forms, download them to their computer, and then brand them, right? So I've given everybody a license to go and do whatever they like with these forms, right? So it's brilliant for them because they're not copyrighted or anything like that. I've just included that license for them in as part of the kit, right? Now, the other thing that I did was when I was putting this kit together, I gave the kit to a few people and I said to them, hey, what do you think? And and I got some ideas for what other people would be prepared to pay for them. And based on my demographic at the time, the going rate, I think it was $47. I think I haven't even increased the price of that kit, and I've had it up for a year now. And I don't advertise it. I mention it sometimes in response to people asking where can I get forms, but I generally don't advertise it. I don't have a Facebook ad or a Google ad or anything like that. I don't even recall if it's on my actual website. It might be though. I've just freshened up the website a few weeks ago, so I can't even remember if I've put it on there. but I kid you not, I've sold in excess of 400 of these bundles for $47, well, plus GST. So this is in a year I've done that, and it requires no effort from me. It took me probably a weekend, realistically, to get all my forms together and to make them into Word documents and to, write out instructions for how to use them and to upload them to so I use MemberVault, which is a portal where you can upload forms and courses and things like that. It's free to use. So I just uploaded them all into there. So in total, look, it was probably a good weekend, maybe a long weekend of hard work, not being mentally hard, but like sitting down in front of the computer work. And since then, where's my calculator? Sorry, now I've rearranged everything, can't find anything. Hang on, just in my drawer digging out my calculator here. That's what you could hear there. That's 400 by 47.50. That can't be right. 400 times $47.50. It's telling me I've made $19,000, but that can't be right. 400 times $47.50 can't be 19,000, surely. I'm just going to double check it while I've got you here. Sorry. 400 multiplied by $47.50 equals, it's telling me I've made 19,000 in 1 year off this kit. I've checked this equation like 5 times. If that's true, amazing. See what you can do with even something simple like a bundle of forms. Now, there are other people who sell bundles of forms and things like that as well for other things like anxiety, depression, crystal work, Reiki, all of that. But they might not be selling 400 of them. So what's the difference? Why does one thing sell and not the other? Well, I'll tell you the secret. Don't make anything you want to make. All right, save yourself the time and effort. As someone who's been there and done that, I made all these workbooks and journals and handouts and this, that, and the other because I love them. It gave me so much joy to jump into Canva and make them and put them all together and blah, 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 blah. And then I was telling everybody, hey, I've got this thing and you should go and get it, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like crickets. Hardly made any sales. I mean, I got the few random ones, like probably for every 100 people that saw me, sharing information about it, for every 100 people, probably about 5 or 6 actually purchased. With this one, I'm not doing any marketing, but I'm selling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a day. Like I wake up to PayPal notifications, I've got another $300 or something like that. And I wake up to emails from people saying they loved it and it's just saved them so much time. Like I got 2 emails yesterday from people who bought it and they said, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? And this is going to save me so much time. So what I want you to know is don't make something to sell based on what you like. Listen to what your market wants and what your market needs. You have to solve a problem for them. So if you're working with trauma, tune into what your client needs solved for them and then think about how you can do that by selling them something online. Right? Because trust me, once word gets out that you've got something that's valuable, and valuable doesn't mean what the fee is or what the cost is or what the price is. Valuable means how useful will it be to the person who gets it. That's what creates the value, right? Not what we think it is, right? It's what our clients think. So if you can solve something for your client's willing to pay that, they'll pay it. And guess what? It's just going to happen and pick up momentum. So that's one thing that I do. I have this little, and I don't have much online income, but that's one thing that I do. So I sell a bundle of forms. And I don't need to ever worry about that. From time to time, I update it. I give people the option of letting me know if there's a form they need that's not in there. Like there've been some EAP requests lately, so I've gone in and updated it with EAP forms for people who want to start their own EAP service and market that to organisations, cut out the middleman. So all of that's in there. What else was I going to say? The other thing that I do is I have recurring income. Now, I'm a huge fan of recurring income. So where people buy that private practice kit, where they buy that private practice bundle of forms, that's a one-off sale. Yep. It's still valuable for other reasons, which I'll talk about later, but that's a one point in time sale. The other thing that I have is recurring revenue. Now, I love recurring revenue. It just takes so much pressure off me financially when I know I've got a certain amount of money coming through my bank account every single month. One of the ways that I created recurring income was to run the private practice class. So this year I ran the private practice class. It cost $4,000 and for people to attend. I didn't show up doing any training or anything like that. It is a set of 12 modules, 12 standalone modules. One module teaches about copywriting. One module teaches about marketing. One module teaches about using cards in practice. One module teaches about numbers in private practice and what to do and stuff like that. And it's self-paced. Every month on the 9th of the month, all of the people in that class get new content unlocked. So it's not like they can just have open access to 12 months of content straight away. They come back every single month on the 9th of the month and they receive that month's content. So this is filling a need for people who don't want to go and do a private practice training in 3 months or 90 days, or they just don't have the time or the bandwidth to do that. But it suits people who are maybe thinking about finishing their studies and in the year coming open a practice, because they get to have access to all of this stuff now and they can just dip in, dip out whenever they want. So it's really, really flexible. But for me, what it meant was that every month I knew I was receiving, well, I gave a discount for people who paid in full, but on the whole, it was, let me just check, 4,000 divided by 12. Yeah, about $335 per participant per month coming in for 12 months. Now, you don't need big numbers to make this work for you. Let's have a look at this. If I had 5 people, that's bringing in an extra $1,700 a month, and I'm not doing anything. Once I've set up that content, it's there. I can set and forget. That's it. It has a small little Facebook group, but honestly, the people who are in the private practice with Soul class aren't really interested in Facebook, not really interested in being in groups. They just want access to the resources and the modules. Which is totally fine. Sometimes people will jump into the group, but they're generally not people who want a community, but the community is there for people who do want it. So that's $1,700 a month over 12 months for 5 people, and I'm not doing any extra work. If I had 10 people, hang on, I'm just doing the maths. You can probably hear me punching away on the calculator here. If I had 10 people in that class, that's bringing in an extra $3,335 a month. Now, what could you do with that extra money coming in, right? You can absolutely do it. And this is why I like recurring revenue, because it means that it takes some pressure off me. It allows me to just work with my 12 clients a week or a fortnight or whatever it is I'm focusing on at that point in the business, because I know I've got this coming in. I've got money coming in from the single sales from my private practice bundle as well, right? So there's all of that happening, and you can actually do it too. You can get paid from all of this stuff, even while you're doing your direct face-to-face work with the clients. You can be like me and wake up to sales, wake up to notifications in your PayPal or your Stripe account that you've received money or a new enrollment. One of my favorite things was when I was putting these things together, it really allowed me to marry the feminine creative energy at that time with my masculine. So I was able to create all of this stuff that I knew my audience wanted, first of all. So I knew it was going to sell. And it also satisfied my masculine, which was all about how do we put the structure around this? What's it going to look like? Let's map it out. Let's get it set up. Also, it means I get to receive money into the private practice even when I'm off sick or having a mental health day like I am today or something like that, right? It gives me peace of mind. It means I have less risk of compassion fatigue, less risk of burnout, more time with Gabe, more time to care for my mum. I'm starting in the new year, over Christmas break, I really, really, really want to start an edible garden. So it's going to give me plenty of time to do that and take 2 or 3 weeks off over Christmas if I want to do things that I really, really love, and I don't have to worry about the money, right? Plus, it gives me a legacy. And by that, I mean it allows me to help more people, and it helps me to empower more people because they can buy things after hours or on weekends. Plus, not only that, it means that they will have this knowledge, they will have this learning, they will have this understanding that then influences their practice, right? And that's what creates the legacy. And it's so, 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 so beautiful. I love it. Plus, to be honest with you, and I know some people say, well, pride's a bad thing, but I'm really proud of what I've put together. And I'm really proud of everybody that takes that step and invests in themselves, whether it's this $47 kit or whether it's, the private practice with Soul Class. It's beautiful. So anyway, hopefully this has sparked some interest in you. And do you know what? It's not too late for you to put something together. You don't have to do it right now. You don't have to do it over Christmas. But let the idea percolate in your mind a little bit and just see what feels good for you. But if you'd like some suggestions of things that I have done that worked for me, you might want to, get your own ideas. But here we go. You could create a resource for people. And that resource that you could sell online or through your email or on your website or something like that could be any number of things. It might be a poster. It might be wallpapers and screensavers, which you can make in Canva for people's phones. It might be a workbook. It might be a journal. It might be colouring sheets. Anything, right? Anything that is going to be relevant and valuable to your community will sell. If you just make something because you want to make it and you put it out there and it gets crickets, like what happened to me in the beginning before I knew all of this, then, you need to go back and listen to what people are saying in your trauma community or in your depression community or in your community of people who are talking about relationships, right? Make it valuable to them. You could do like an online workshop. You could do like an online course. One of the other things that I'm doing is I'm going to be running masterclasses once a month over the next 12 months. And those masterclasses will be recorded, and then I'm going to sell the recordings on my website later on. They don't have to cost a lot of money. They will sell just like my kit sold if they're valuable and useful to the people in private practice, right? Which I know they will be because I'm tapped in, tuned in, all of that sort of stuff to my audience. So you have to be at that level of being tuned into yours in order to make this work. The other thing that I do that also brings in extra money to the practice when I least expect it is, I do have like affiliate links, and affiliate links are fantastic. If you've worked with somebody and you really love what they did, or even if you haven't worked with them, maybe you just know them and you really love what they stand for and what they're doing and things like that, ask if they have an affiliate program. Now, an affiliate program is like, for example, I have an affiliate program for private practice with Soul Class, right? And what that does is that means anybody who loves what I do, and maybe even former students who've been through the private practice with Soul class, if they wanted to make a bit of extra money, all they would have to do is say, hey, Brooklyn, I'd love to make a little bit of extra money, and I'd like to do that by sharing this amazing program with my audience, with my colleagues, with my friends. All they have to do is they just email me and let me know that. And then what happens is I jump on a Zoom call with them. I give them all of the stuff. I've pre-written emails. I've pre-made graphics in Canva for they don't have to do anything. They can just give all of this stuff to admin or someone on placement or their VA or something like that to set up, so it all goes out. And then for everybody, they're given their own little behind the scenes, they're given their own little tracking link so they can access in Member Vault. They can just jump in and they can see how many people received their promotions that they were doing or their emails that were talking about the class. They can see how many people received their information, and they can see how many people signed up, and they get 30% of that money. So this works out to be fantastic because 30% is me with my calculator again. I feel like just asking Siri, 30% of 4,000, that's 30 divided by 4,000 times 100. No, I've done that wrong. That says 400,000. I didn't do that very well. 4,000, I'll just do it old school. 4,000 divided by 10 multiplied by 3. So they're going to get $1,200 for every person that enrolls. Now, can you see how attractive this is? If you're sitting at home over Christmas and you're thinking, what could I do that'd be really easy for me to do to bring in some extra money? What if you set yourself a goal of getting 3 people enrolled? If you got 3 people enrolled in the private practice of Soul class, you have just made yourself $3,600. That's nice. And imagine if you promoted that class, like you had all the things, I've given you all of the things, and you've got a VA or your personal placement or your admin or reception or whoever's doing it for you, or you do it yourself. What if you then set that up over Christmas when it's quiet? What if you then set that up to repeat every quarter? Once a quarter, you just set up these same emails in MailChimp to go out on, the 1st of March, the 1st of July, the 1st of September. And every quarter, you set yourself a goal of getting maybe, let's say, even 5. 5 would be pretty easy. That's 1,200 times 5. That's 6,000 a quarter from you not doing anything because it's all on autopilot. That's nice. So 6,000 a quarter would bring in an extra 24,000 for your practice. Now, even if you are struggling to get one-to-one clients, even if you were an affiliate for my program, I'm just giving you an example. There are plenty of people with affiliate programs. I mean, you have to love what it is that you're sharing with your community, and it has to be relevant to them, of course. But if you are doing that, then the sky's the limit. I mean, look at this. I just get so excited by this. Oh, sorry, I'll make this more quiet. Even if you had, let's say, 10 people per quarter enrolled, that's an extra $12,000 in your bank account from you not doing anything really. 12,000 a quarter by 4 quarters is an extra $48,000 in your bank account. Now, if you would like that, get in touch with me because I have an affiliate program for private practice with Soul. And if it aligns with you, and if you've got people in your circle that are thinking about starting a private practice and want to go slow, go at their own pace, or maybe they're still studying and they want to open next year, or do you know what? Or maybe they're already in private practice and, struggling or not coping. Of course, you can absolutely be an affiliate for me. And, it's not hard for you to make money through an affiliate program. And lastly, The other thing is a referral program. So referral program is when you receive commission for referring people to things. Now, in psychology and social work, you can't do this because it's against the codes of ethics that you have. But counsellors have a lot more freedom when it comes to things like referral commissions. A referral commission is whenever you receive a referral from somebody, you give them some money. So it's kind of like affiliate program. But an example is maybe you've got a fantastic law firm that you work with, right? You love them and they have a referral. I was going to say Canva, but Canva's is an affiliate program. Let's say that you've got a really great law firm that you love to work with, and they say to you, hey, Sally, so glad you loved working with us. If you recommend us to somebody and they end up working with us, then we will give you $500 voucher. We'll give you a $500 Visa card that you can use anywhere online, right? That's a referral program. So they're a little bit different. I prefer an affiliate program because I want to be seen to be partnering and shouldering with companies that are doing really, really well, because that helps me. But totally up to you. But what you're going away with today is some examples of things that you can implement really easily that can help you generate more money. So just to go back to that example again that I mentioned before, if you were an affiliate for me for my class and you had 10 people per quarter sign up and you're making you $12,000, what could you do with that $12,000 each quarter that you can't do now? Would you hire someone to do your website instead of doing it yourself? Would you write your own book and hire an editor and a publisher and this, that, and the other? Would you enroll in coaching? Would you take a trip overseas? Would you give yourself 3 weeks off a quarter? Like, what can that passive income open up for you and your family that you don't have now? This is how you can create the balance and the lifestyle that you want while working less. It is absolutely possible for you to make money in your sleep. It is absolutely for you to make more while you do less. I've just given you examples from my own practice. So if any of this is inspiring you, or if you would like to be an affiliate for my class, of course, you are more than welcome. I would love to have you. Send me an email and just let me know. We can have a quick chat on Zoom. I can let you know how it all works. I can give you all the stuff and you can get going. Christmas is a fantastic time leading into like 31st of January. You could absolutely get 10 people enrolled and have your $12,000 if you wanted to. Or you could create your own bundle of things. And if you want advice about other online things that you could sell for your practice, let me know. Just send me an email or book a quick call with me and let's get you set up for an easier, more financially free, better peace of mind 2022. I know, do you love it so much? I love it so much. And guess what? I got through all of this before 9 o'clock and before my tradies arrived. I know, winning. So let me show you how to do this in a way that feels easy and light, that's going to marry really powerful strategy, of course, from someone who's been there and done it. I could give you all my shortcuts with the beautiful energetics, that masculine energy and the feminine energy and, making it all happen for you. Let's make 2022 be your most profitable year in private practice by you doing a little bit less. I know, sound good? Okay, yay. All right, my lovelies, have a beautiful day and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast today. If you're looking for clarity, if you need help with branding, your processes, and bringing everything into alignment with your soul's purpose for your private practice, head to the show notes and click the link for more information about the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group. You are going to love it. I can't wait to see you in there. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.